I don't understand what we're doing at all.
Tell me what you know.
Figure out what exponent that has, put it on that line.
I don't know anything.
What number do we get to?
Stop a second.
When you do this,
Stop a second. Young people, you have to actively listen. I promise you that. Try to figure a few things out, and when you don't get something, what should you do?
Ask a question.
Ask a question. Ask the question. Go to the hallway. Go to the hallway and pick up what I just printed.
Why did you just do that?
that's the first thing you should do. It says the exponent value. Those are going to start with negative 15 and they're going to end with positive 23.
So do you have to put, like, in our table, do you have to put 10 in front of it? Or not?
Over here you do.
But not on, like, but not
Not
like
in this one. This is just asked you for the exponent value. This is trying to simplify for you.
And you've just given them the first column.
Yep.
So we have
column.
already given you more than I would have liked him to give you.
Thank you, Mr. Schneider.
I said this out loud earlier, but none of you listened worth the crap.
I did it 5 minutes ago.
Okay, one of you listened.
I knew I had to do that, but now I don't know what to do.
So up there you said you needed a space between the
Yeah, that was the question that Paige had a little while ago. You mentioned that space, but
Yeah.
And I have my hand raised, but
Because when you get ginormous numbers, can you tell me what that number is?
look at the you're asking the question. Now
Round
look at
this
the
number.
answer.
Round this number to a whole number.
where's the decimal?
That's the point.
That's exactly my point. Where the heck is the decimal?
It's right by the 4.
It's right next to that 6, but can you tell for sure if that's not just the tail of the 6 coming down to 0?
yeah, but why'd you put the space right where you
There were
put
two
it?
pages.
Because that's in between your group
Time
of
out.
zero.
Time out. Time out. Because we know that people scribble crap. And if you're out
It's in the same spot. It's in the printer.
first month of school, we went
Get
to
the
the park,
paper
right?
first.
Yeah.
What did your notes look like from the park? Were they scribbled?
Messy.
Were they messy? Would it be real easy to lose a decimal point somewhere in that mess? Heck yeah. So in science class, we like to write 234.678, and then I'm thinking ahead. I hate when I do that. 7, 8, and put in a little space, and then the 9. What's the pattern?
So the space where you put this. Wait, never mind.
Oh no.
When we write numbers, is that how you write that number? Is
No.
that proper?
No.
No.
No, what's proper?
Commas.
Commas. Where does the comma go?
Every
Every 3.
So I go right here?
No. Did it?
Why not?
No, you guys started
right
three.
to
Start from the decimal and put them in. What if we have, do we put commas over here?
No.
What do we put instead of a comma?
Yeah, but
I have completed the task.
So that you can see groups of 3. And you can see groups of 3. It is also considered proper if you just put little half spaces instead of the commas.
You guys, this is a formatting thing. This is
We've never been taught this.
It makes that number so much easier to pick out. Because you can go here and go hundreds, thousands, millions. That's 347 million. Just by looking at it. Doesn't take long at all, right? That's a formatting thing. You can set your computer up to format a whole column and make them all be the same no matter what you type in there.
all right. Now, clarifying questions. Not whining, but clarifying questions. Not what do I put here,
Yeah,
not what do you want, not how do I do this. Clarifying questions. Things to help you clarify the goal.
I did the first part.
Awesome.
Okay, we put all the numbers on the left side in that column, but what do you mean by start with the real life example?
Because you have to do the scientific notation and the number in standard notation based upon a real life example. You're not just randomly picking up numbers. You're finding something that you want to use as a real life example. What would the size of K cups be at 10 to the 30th power? How many K
Space.
cups are produced a day?
How many people are on the planet? Was one that the freshman in Burt came up with.
And the more we give you, the less you can use. How many lice are on a fourth grader's head the second week of school? How many spiders do you
Mr. Stein,
eat
quiet.
every night?
Yeah,
quit
quiet
telling
now.
us
Do you get the point?
How many places?
You
That you're a jerk?
How many popsicle
Stop,
sticks
Mrs.
did Bobby
Smith.
Brady eat in
How many licks does it take to
1976?
get the center of a Tootsie
There
Roll?
you
Tootsie Pop?
go.
I'm willing to kill someone.
42.
2.
How many sticks of gum does a teenager go
You
through?
lick it once.
In
you
their
lick it twice,
lifetime.
You bite it, you're at the center.
It took me
All of them?
742.
That's a commercial.
All
Yeah,
of
okay.
them.
Commercial from the 70s. Probably 1977 when that video was
All right,
made.
you got a pencil now? Okay, very good.
Alright.
And we need the light when you get an opportunity when you come back here. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you how to do this, kiddo. You don't need this right now. That's why I shut it. Okay. We're gonna wait for the light so you can actually see. There's Daniel.
What?
Alright.
It starts picking on me again.
So, you're doing scientific notation.
That just means that the day that ends in Y, and you're still alive.
In shortened form. Okay, so-
So you want,
Oh, you know what?
you want that?
Wait, so do you want them all in one
No, you
table
don't
then?
need it.
Correct.
So you want everything in the
Correct.
table?
Okay, so there is actually.
Did you? Oh, that's in the second column, never mind.
Thing I wanted to-
Yes. A number in scientific notation, so you need the whole thing.
Alright.
Not just the exponent value, not just the x10 to the 15th.
Are we
I
doing
need
that?
a number x10 to the 15th.
Alright,
So do we use feet?
Oh, heck, I don't know.
Hang on just a minute, Alex, I wanna hear that question.
Equals exponent
Alright,
and,
oh, hang on a minute.
Oh, don't
You put
forget
your
to
name
count
up there.
zero
Go ahead,
too,
put your name
guys.
up there. No, you don't need that part, you just need to put
Oh.
your name up there.
no, you don't.
Ask that question again.
Do we can use
That was stupid.
Things that are measured in feet.
measured in distance and we can use measured in quantity.
Yes.
Okay.
She already knows how to do scientific notation. You just have to.
Erica,
That's not the way I want it.
Well,
How do you get that weird arrow thing
she,
to
I know,
go
but
up?
she's doing the,
Yeah.
I'm, you know,
Did
the way,
Shift
in
6.
general?
I just need help.
what's up?
Uh,
We need help with.
Okay, so I'm trying to understand. So like, if you find like the average amount a person smokes a day.
Okay, good.
So then when you do it that number, you get
Correct.
And what do you do then?
That's, so you, ready? Listen. You got the number of average cigarettes smoked today by smokers, right?
And then there's gotta be
Over here, you go to that, wherever you're gonna put it. Is it in your negative 15, is it in your negative 10? Wherever you put it in that first column, right?
Yeah.
And then you're gonna figure out those two based upon your
that
scientific
number.
notation by that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So really, any big number.
It
or
doesn't even
small
have to,
number.
it could be a really small number as well.
Yeah, cause that
Yes.
makes it a lot easier. once you get that.
Absolutely. It's your own minds that make these things complicated.
I see that now.
I got this for how many what? How many something?
How many somethings? I don't know, that's a good question.
Yeah,
What,
You
what
just gotta
interests
come
you?
up-
maybe.
You just gotta come up with anything.
Yeah. You guys, when you think about your example, your real life example, pick some things that really interest you. Like how many
Next.
deer?
I was literally just thinking.
Now, where you? There you go. You can still use it.
Alright.
All right.
No.
Space.
Stupid
Alright, so
computer.
scientific notation takes that decimal and it moves it
Not
the
what I
number
was
points over so that we have the first number with a period with the next number.
like a year?
So the first thing I want you to do is for each of these, I want you to take the period and I want you to rewrite it in between.
How many people?
First number is
Oh, Mr.
Five
Schneider.
this would be 6.
Go on the web and look up scientific notation in Excel, and you'll find
So where would I put this?
several different ways to do it, and they'll tell you step by step how to make it happen.
Mr.
Schneider,
Schneider.
that science alert thing is 404.
Point 9603. See how that works? Okay, I want you to do the rest of those.
Very simple.
Huh? So do this one for me. I'll stay here right now while you do this one. Go ahead and write it out for me with that period in between the first two numbers.
Okay, I'll see what I can do about that.
That's 1 million more
Yeah, we gotta put a
every
period.
year since
So we gotta put a
2003.
period right there, right? There you go. Yeah,
I don't remember the last time they looked at that.
Oh,
finish out the number 569. Good. You do that with all these numbers, Jana.
Mrs. Schneider.
Yes, huh?
Did you know?
All of them, yep. So where are you gonna put the period on this one?
Holy crap.
So 9, that, 364. Yeah, you got this, buddy.
Good job, David.
Ooh, that's a good one.
3.5 million customers a day.
In the United Kingdom,
Yeah. But
not even
on,
in the United States.
on this one, it said
67.
So what would it be if it was the world?
Is that just can? Wow.
That's crazy.
For mine, I got 9.5
What do you want?
9.5 what?
times.
10 to what? What do
the
you,
negative
what is
7.
what?
It's not gonna reach mine, you have to tell us.
Oh, interesting. Have you gone in there and
No.
looked at that? That's the key there, kiddo.
Ah.
Yes. You guys really question your data as well. So if it tells you that the average smoker in the United States smokes a half a cigarette a day, I'd really question that.
I don't think
I feel like in total 6 billion pounds of green used each year by
I don't think
Do you know what other example I should throw out just so that we can save everyone?
Don't you even think about saying beer.
No, that'd be a good one. No. How many pigs do you think are processed in the United States every day?
Schneider! I want
to be
here at this desk now.
Go ahead, Daniel.
I'm
You
gonna
got it,
beat
buddy.
you
No,
my chair.
you can use
Daniel.
it.
The average American eats
These guys
You
think,
just took away like half my
these
thing.
guys think it's hard.
Daniel, how many days
That's a
ago
good
comes
one.
with bacon or eating meat here?
There you go, that's a good one.
Stop saying
They
these
have to
things.
go
We're
on.
giving you
So then they're whining.
In what?
Give her up, I'm done.
Ah,
Like,
Damon's not
It's
whining.
gonna be a format of a cell.
I wasn't either, but she just keeps taking stuff away
Can
from
we
me.
do,
Damon's got this figured out, he's almost half done.
Mr. Schneider,
Schneider with my chair.
I have figured it out.
I would say no.
Can I do it?
Mr. Schneider, some of them, their brain works a little differently and they don't wanna put the columns in the specific order you have up there, they're gonna mess that
Oh, I don't
up
care
a
what
little
order
bit.
those
That's what I
columns
told
are in,
you.
they just have to be there.
Just giving you prior info.
Did you know the average
Yep,
human
that's what I'm
eats
thinking.
about 25 pounds of candy every year?
That does not
Oh.
surprise me.
And
Mr.
how many
Schneider does
bugs
that
do
in a
you
month.
get year?
It said
Mr. Schneider.
9.5.
If you stacked all the beer cans consumed in America, how
Okay.
many times do you think you can make
So
it?
what, like, what I put
That's
it,
going to
I
be
don't know,
what?
but how
What I
many
put it by the
people
knife
is gonna
or
be
what I put it by
something
the
to
knife.
stick in
See,
there?
it's already in
I
scientific
will.
notation for you, right?
What's the
Okay,
most
good,
popular
good,
soft
good. So
drink in the
you
world?
put that, now you
I
need to put that
do.
in the
Well, it
column and
depends
have
where
number
you
in
are in
scientific
the world.
Bet
notation.
it's Coke.
And then you're gonna have to fill in
Yeah, it's
the
Coke
standard
Quad.
number
Those are
and then the
Santa.
real life example.
Can I have my real example right here. Can I just put it all right next to it?
That's really
You,
popular.
again, you need 4 columns. The order those columns are in is completely up to
That was a
you.
good question, wasn't it? We should
Well,
look that up.
we're
We
gonna
should find out
look
how many
at
of them
it.
get sold.
It's water.
Yeah, I
And
know.
stick it in there.
So can I just put it below it? And
No, because that's gonna
That
make us
might be-
read down,
Okay.
and we don't wanna do that.
So
Do I need to
69
add
million.
anything to that for
That
the
is-
kids that were gone?
Worldwide?
If I
Okay.
added my picture with my scribbles on it, would that be enough?
So then,
It's a lot.
so then you have to
Right
take
down
the
to
decimal place and put
explaining
7
why
places.
some of the numbers
Correct.
are in order.
Correct.
Mr. Schneider, I don't know what to do after I find this.
Easy.
Now, you've got the number, right?
69 million.
Okay, is
Well
that a
done.
standard number?
I don't know, yeah.
So turn that into scientific notation. You also need a column for the standard number.
69 to the negative 95. I mean,
That's what you're writing, you're asking me if that's correct, and I want you to write it down. Young people, please remember that columns need headings.
Oh, yeah, baby, they do.
No,
They absolutely
Erica,
do.
have you used the little question mark yet?
She needs help.
So she should maybe use the
Yeah,
little
me too.
question mark.
Whoa, question mark.
Oh, yeah, but he doesn't
I
have it in
think I
scientific
have
notation.
Mason, you're
That
doing
is a
it.
good question.
Everything is right so far.
Everything's good so far.
You're supposed to put
You gotta put them in the,
Yeah.
Mason, you're supposed to put them in the little things. Otherwise,
They're a little bit off. Big deal.
yes, you're 1 0 off. Cause I just counted.
6.25.
If you're sick, why do you come to school?
10.
Who does?
How many
You
times
guys
do you
want
have
your
that
space?
decimal? How many times? It was there, right? How many times did we move it? Yeah, how many times? How many times did we move it? No, ready? So it was here, and we moved it 1, 2 times, right? And that number's gonna go up there. So let's do this one right here. We put the decimal in between the 4 and 9. How many times did we move it? You count for me.
Yeah.
If that works.
Mr.
No,
Should
we
we
moved
do
all the
the
way between the 4 and the 9. How many was that?
What do you think?
So we have this one right here, right? We moved it 1.
As you know, use your brain
I don't know.
and think about not just
So that
me.
was
Oh,
and
son of
you.
a.
10,
Think about showing this to your mom,
4.
to your
We'll
dad,
come up this one right here. How
to
many times
Mr.
did we move it?
Glanzer, to the science teacher in another town, to the geniuses at Sanford Lab. Do you need one? In order to, for people to understand what you're doing, what you're showing on it. Yes, you do. You can figure it out on the weekend.
Mr. Schneider,
Yo,
what are the electric meters, used
Yeah, did
to
you move
gauge
it 4
how
times?
much is being used?
Look at it again.
I think they measure in kilowatts.
I'm coming over tonight. Can we get second
Well, they do
There you go, there you go.
Kilowatt hours, yeah. It's kilowatts
Can
used
you
per hour.
finish out the rest?
That's where I had mine too.
You see what I'm doing? I'm doing an X, 10, and then a small number the time you moved it. You want me to write in all the time, Tim? I can do that.
What can I do?
I should. I'm sorry, what? I'm gonna do it just on the first row.
So I can write down how to figure out which column
And,
to put in.
so you're gonna put a little number up there, right, to tell me how many times you moved that decimal.
And then times it by.
Yeah,
Swedish fish.
go ahead, you do that one, okay? When you get that, when you get these done, then come get me, just holler at me and I'll come look at it.
I got all this figured out.
Yay.
Dash at home.
Erica, have you figured out your issue?
Well, kind of.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Well, instead of doing a formula, I'm.
Okay, let's not start with wool,
Instead
because
of
we
doing a
have
formula-
enough pigs, we don't need sheep.
I need sheep.
Huh?
I need the sheep.
Oh, that's fine.
I would.
Can't figure out how to do it.
Have you used the question mark
Get rid of it.
in
Give me
Excel?
I need
Mr.
the
Schneider,
sheep.
I don't know what to type into this.
Mr. Snyder, I did it.
Help
I'm done.
me.
Done?
Yeah.
Can't be done.
I'm done.
You don't have an object that's that size for all of those. You can't.
What?
Mr. Schneider, please
Yes, Haley.
This little three.
help me.
No, don't
I'd
change
love
it.
to help you.
Here next to your hand.
What do you want
How
me
did
to
you
find
get
out
done
about?
so
Here's the
Formula,
What
but
about
it's
formula?
If you think about the middle of the ten,
Type in scientific notation.
I did that and then.
Let me see what, let me see what she says.
okay?
She uses
Mr.
her hands a
Schneider,
lot.
but
Yeah,
I did it
it's
all.
funny.
Hey, Mr.
Schneider line.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna.
If this is your
Mr.
zero for
Rich
the
Schneider, I
ten,
have a good question.
your
Okay, so
next
now,
number
you
should
didn't
be
find which
smaller.
one.
Daniel, she's ignoring
Except
And
for
you.
it
the last
should
one.
be, the middle of this number should be at the top of that.
Yeah.
Does that work for you?
Go down and it'll
The
have.
middle of your little number should be right at the top of your zero.
The other thing I will suggest to you is that sometimes Excel
So see the
uses
middle of
the
my three?
computer terminology and
Middle of the
sometimes
three
just going
is
out to a
at the
forum.
top of the zero.
How do I do scientific notation in
So
Excel?
the middle
So go to the internet.
That's what I would do.
right at the top. That's kind of a
I'll be right there, Mason.
It's not even numbers, it's where you put the number.
This stays as
Okay.
you scroll down.
You're doing great.
Oh, you have
You're doing the
to
right
freeze the
thing. You
page.
have all the right numbers.
But figure it
Now,
out.
all of these need a
You have a
times 10,
very shortened menu up there.
and then they need
Right.
this little number.
Have you
It's
gone
called
through all of
an
them?
Exponent. Okay? So you can put
Ah.
I don't know which one to start in.
Ah,
10, and then you have to go back. Do you remember what Mary told
See?
you about how you find this number?
come on, Daniel.
Yeah. So then
Mr.
you
Schneider,
have to count
don't
for this one, and
judge.
put that number, this one, put a different number. Okay?
Hey, you got this. Good
I showed
job.
you how to
Perfect.
raise it up
Yeah.
and make it smaller.
Good.
using your
All right, you finished those. That was good. You just put it above it, right? Mr. Schneider showed you how it goes above the zero.
You
can do
can.
this. Keep going.
Okay, I gave up on this.
That's completely acceptable.
Alrighty. That's all I got.
Yeah, keep going.
I don't know what to do.
Well, you have your real life
I'm done.
example up at the
I'm just
top.
gonna scroll back to the top.
We want a new real life example for each one, young people.
Oh,
What?
you say we need like 30?
Correct.
Dang.
Okay.
But they can all be so over like.
Yeah, you
a
can't
hog.
just say one of these and
This
the next time say 10 of these and the next time say 100
So
of
what do you
these.
mean?
And
You
they're all
have to
the
have-
same thing.
30.
This is only
I'm
one?
having
Correct.
different things from
No,
hogs.
kiddo. Where are you going to use that particular real life example? Which power?
Number of hogs I butcher in a year. One.
That's for the exponent value.
Okay, and then the
Which
next
one
one is the number of
Are you
hogs
going
butcher
to
in 10 years.
use the number of meals at
Okay.
McDonald's for?
That would be not right.
What do you mean?
It would be right though.
It would
Which
be
of
not
these
appropriate.
are you going to deal with first?
Probably just.
Okay.
All right, good. So minus 15, you're going to use that real life example.
Mm-hmm.
Minus 14, you're going to find another real life example. Number 13, minus 13, you're going to find another real life example.
Where did you put the
This is crap.
You made it right there. Start right there.
So my
And
answer
then count.
for
One,
this 69 million.
and then you run into the decimal.
See,
Isn't an exponent. Your exponent value is this right there. Minus
Negative
15.
I figured it out.
Oh, that's my exponent. So
Correct.
that should be
Correct.
okay, so my scientific notation is negative 69 to the
How many
Yeah.
times did you move it? You moved it one time?
I figured out how to
negative,
get from,
I mean 90.
it
Right?
from the formula
I'm not going to
text
tell you yes or no to that. What's the standard
So
notation?
2 times 10.
Oh, I'll just go with it.
Standard notation is that right there.
Oh,
And what he's telling you, what he's been trying to tell you, is you can create a formula. So the only thing you have to do is find the standard notation, do a formula, for the scientific notation, and it'll do it for you. That makes it easy.
well, then I make it.
Yes, you do. But your real life example should go there.
Yes.
Right here?
And
Yes.
that's where I thought you should have that.
Oh, so we did have.
Yes.
I don't see why we have to do an
I'm
exam
counting.
for every one.
That's why.
Well, I don't know, I haven't heard anybody bargain with him.
I just want to do one because that'll be easier. Or
No,
like two.
I know.
I'm done. I quit. I'm done. I'm gonna.
I'll be
fail.
right there, Taylor.
I'd rather fail.
How do I do
Oh,
this
you
now?
need, you need an eraser?
Yeah, I could, but that was disgusting.
Oh, I get what you're doing.
How do you,
Yes.
click?
I believe it because I know about like 5
Haley, did you find the figure out how to formula?
5 million.
no, but I know how to convert the formula to text.
And then over there should be 5 million, and then there should be 5 million in scientific notation. And then the number of answers, which is 6.
What's yours? Oh, good, it's a self one. You did what you got the other day with you, your group.
Yeah, we should have a group.
Are you sure?
I don't know, Mary, we're gonna take points off if the
We're
numbers don't
taking,
match?
is Brooklyn asking the question?
Yes.
Lots of points.
What if we find a website?
See, you
with
just don't
different
ask
numbers?
questions and you do it.
I don't even know what points per what.
That broken baseball bat, we can just write no on it,
There you
giant
go.
letters
There
and
you
beat her
go.
with
Beat
it.
her with it, there you go.
I agree.
Make sure you attach the spikes
Points off
to
for
it
what?
too.
She's got 5 million hair follicles.
Yep. But then she has
She
3
doesn't
points.
have 5 million next to it, she's got another number.
Yes, that would be a point off because they don't match.
So,
If you went to Goodwill and they had a big bin of shoes for $1, would you grab a left pink flip flop and a right cowboy boot
heck yeah.
and walk out the door
Yeah.
and say life is good, I have a pair of shoes?
Yeah, I would actually.
Somebody could.
I just want a number.
Riley, did you get your hair cut?
Get your code again.
But not this part.
Mr. Snyder, can I?
Including that header type.
I give up. I'm
Just do
done.
it
Oh,
I quit.
for that cell and make sure that you know what you're doing there.
I don't even
General. Right click on it for that cell.
This one is another one.
You do like this and
This one is another one.
it.
Can you figure out why?
Did you copy and paste that number?
Let's sit down and see if you can come up with a different answer than what you got. Okay?
I'm done.
Why is it giving you an?
I did one. That's good enough for me.
Oh, well, that's the
You have to
problem.
do like how
Standard
many more?
notation is just a number.
30 something.
Mr. Schneider,
Yo,
I'll do one more.
You have to
6.3
do
billion gallons of
Staring at me.
Go over here and type in 0.
is
39.
that just in
Hey,
Bonham County or what?
not gonna do it.
Oh, that's.
Well, somebody said if you ask him.
Because
You
why?
ask him then.
That's 43 per person.
Mr. Schneider,
Mr.
How do you-
Schneider,
Holy Mr. Schneider.
Yeah.
Go, because this
He
is
can go
incorrect.
first.
Oh, this is-
Well,
I think I need to leave the room.
No.
No.
The times.
Mr. Schneider, are you gonna allow an E
Exponent.
for the exponent? Is that what you're, is that cool?
No.
That's what the, is doing.
That's what the computer wants to do. That's native to Excel.
Yeah, how do you change
Copy
that?
it from here?
No.
Okay, I want you to go there.
Because that's what mine's doing too.
And want
I
you
don't
to-
understand why we
Ty,
need
did
an
you
exponent
find
value, and
something
then
that was
exponent
really
value has
easier?
nothing to do with anything else.
You're just leaving the E?
I'm confused.
Okay, go to number.
No, when you put in that number, it automatically puts in that E.
There you go.
Remember when I put in that big number, it was like an E to the
Go to okay.
36 power or whatever that was.
And now I want you to type in
Um,
342. Just type it out.
A
Wait,
baby's born like every 7
Wait.
seconds.
No,
if it's a
every
positive
second.
number,
Well, how many babies is that in your lifetime?
Keep going, give it more numbers, get out. There you go. Now hit
Look at
enter.
how fast it's moving.
That's what it needs.
wait. So
Baby's
if it's a
born,
positive
baby's
number,
born,
do you move the decimal
There's
to the
like
right?
5 million babies born just each year.
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Steiner.
How many were aborted? That would be kind of a neat little,
Yeah, you got it.
Mrs.
Mr.
Schneider,
What?
I don't understand.
You do understand, you just don't wanna do the work.
No, listen, I really don't understand.
Don't understand what?
Life.
Okay, so we have exponent value as negative 15.
Correct.
So then we have a different number that's like k minus 69 million. What does the negative 15 have to do with anything?
That's the power of the scientific notation.
What do you even mean? Negative 15 to the...
I don't know if maybe
10
that's
to the
another
negative
one over there.
15
That's right.
Howard.
is the scientific notation.
Oh, yep.
So
you can take that out.
69 to the...
Yep, you should take that out.
I really don't
Wait.
get it.
Do you know how to do scientific notation?
Yeah.
How do you do scientific notation? Go to the board, go to the board. I don't wanna work on your computer, go to the board.
If it's a positive number, do you move the decimal place to the right? Or to
Oh,
the
that's a
left?
good question. It is.
I'm going to
Hey,
kill
what?
someone.
Alright, have a seat for just a minute, I need to help
So
Paige
if
for a
it's a positive
second.
number.
Just leave, I'll come back and, I don't want you to hand it in to me right now though, buddy.
I should have the positive. No, it's positive. It's amplified. So
Why is that on the exponent 9 when you have an exponent
it should
7?
be on the 7.
Yeah, it should. You should highlight that and then drag it up.
Stop looking at me.
I didn't even look at you.
No, you hate the trackpad.
Female.
No, grab the top edge.
Either of you.
Just grab the top edge. Yep, pull it up. Let her go.
Ooh, she heard that.
Ta-da! Excel's awesome.
So how do you change? So you go right if it's a positive number?
Think number line.
Why doesn't anyone understand?
Think first and second grade number line.
So if it's positive number, then you go right.
Bam.
And if it's negative,
So it'd be like
Terrorist.
yep.
You look it up and
like that.
In that black cup with the scissors sticking out of it,
Yeah, I just typed in
on that table, that little cupboard, that little shelf thing, right on top of the Kleenexes, there's a little black cup, scissors in it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yep, behind Riley.
Definition.
Go behind Riley on the table,
So
right on
It'd be
top of the
like that again?
Kleenexes. Yep,
so how do you change it from? Oh,
and you don't need the decimal.
okay.
And I'm guessing that you have,
Very good.
you moved it once to get on the side of the 5, and then you gotta move it 6 more times, so I'm betting you have 6 zeros.
What's the number that goes in
Okay,
front of it?
then you're right.
Ah.
So how do you do that with negative 6?
You go to the right side or to the left side.
Yes, you just start
Do we
wherever
have
the
to
heck it
do
is.
all
And go,
30 of them?
Yep.
Can we just do like 5?
nope,
Please?
you can do this. Write a formula that does it for you.
How do you do that though?
I don't know.
15.
Like,
Start with an equal sign.
why not?
Go get a number. Do some math to it. What do you do every time you go from negative 6 to negative 5?
You move, I don't know.
Did it get bigger or smaller?
Question.
No, bigger.
And then
It got bigger. How much bigger?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Bigger?
One what?
that would be the best
Number
one.
bigger? I don't know.
And how much? What kind of math do you have to do?
Hard math.
No, it's times. Everything's times. Times are divided. You got bigger, so you had to multiply.
Yeah.
So what did you take? 4, 0.0 times 10 to the negative. What did I start with? 5?
above this.
And then you move to 10 to the negative 4. How much bigger is that number?
No, above it. So
We got this thing sitting on the negative 5. We move it over to the -4. How much bigger did it get?
One bigger.
Hey, Riley, guess who think about what?
Let's go positive. This thing is sitting on the 0.
That's a million, kiddo.
No, that's 100.
This is some number times 10 to the 0. What is it? Anything times 10 to the 0 is
Oh, I don't get this.
times 10 to the 0. This, you need a piece of paper. You have a 4-second
Yeah.
question, Haley?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Okay, so like some of these one, this one was 3 months and every 1 year, so is that okay? Or
Yes, that's fine.
That's 5
Just don't do it over. Just don't do it over and over and over.
Okay.
Do it once and then move on and get a different thing.
Is there a way to have so many decimal points?
Yes. You can format them to have so many decimal points. All right.
$10 million, $100 million, $1 billion.
This is how many.
69 billion. I did this all wrong then.
Why?
Did you scroll down
Because I'm not
Peter?
billion, I need
What number goes on top?
to go redo it.
No, two.
This is the only thing you've done.
When I went from here to here,
No.
Yes, you have.
this is
The only
times
thing you
10.
did is this number right here won't be that. You know what to do
That's
with
in the
this.
next one would be 100.
You just
Times
need
10.
to do it from
Oh,
here
two.
as opposed to.
Then that would
But to get from here to there
Well, how much is a
is
little?
times 10.
Brett Favre was
To
like
get from
40.
here to there is times 10.
I'm
To
sorry.
get from here
I
to
just didn't
there
think we'd have to teach you where a
is
billion
divided
was.
by 10
You're gonna
To
make
get
some
from here
man
to there.
very happy one day.
is times 10.
40.
How'd you do?
To get from here to there is divided by 10. Right?
Yeah.
So every exponent number
I don't see you
is either
very much.
times 10 or divided by 10.
He got 40.
So if I want to go from here to there,
Still better than this.
times 100.
He's still better.
If I want to go from here to
Yeah,
there,
we went back.
It's 41.
1,000.
Nice.
Next one is times 10,000. Okay?
That's 100%
So
of the scientific
these things are
notation.
that
That's what you just
dang
did with
simple.
it.
But there's so
They
many of them.
really are.
Plus, you have to find a real life situation, and that takes twice as long.
George.
Yes,
Plants,
that's the
we'll
hard
talk
part.
about your plants.
That's absolutely the hard part.
Okay?
Divided-
Huh? I'm gonna
So,
take this over and put it in the
What are you
curriculum.
looking for?
I don't know.
Quarterback and kicker.
Alright, get
I'm
your
on my
plan.
first one, guys.
Do you wanna take home now? Cause I can remember what the grade
See,
is.
you're looking for very
And it was when the
specific
Raiders were
things.
good.
Okay, I'll take it.
75.
Alright, get your
When
plan.
the Raiders were good.
Double click in that.
Alright.
Dude, I love the Raiders.
Here.
We should highlight it all, right?
Next season, I'm gonna be a Raiders fan.
Triple.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'll come with you.
Nope, turd. Kill it.
That's my man.
Kill it all?
Everything in that box.
Can I have a piece of paper?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what I'm doing.
What do you know there's
Is
a Volvo down?
So what I'm thinking is we'll research something and we'll find out.
Is that gonna be your
the
real life example?
Okay. How many ants are on it?
answer. No, I was just, I
Yeah,
didn't know.
well, let's do with that one, right? So let's do that one here for your minus one. Alright, so where's your real life
There you
example?
go. In the world.
Cause that, and that's where that.
I didn't figure out how
How do you write 10 trillion?
I
That's full of zeros, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so go over there and figure it out.
They don't have,
Or go to the web and figure it out.
so how do you write 10 trillion in scientific notation?
Yeah.
Simple.
Simple.
So,
It's 2
that's
steps,
exponent.
but it's pretty simple, right? There you go.
You know,
And you're gonna bounce around. You're
Wait,
gonna.
how many zeros is 10 trillion?
Okay,
I'd write it out.
so what else do
Actually, I would probably
you need
copy
to do is
it.
scientific
Click.
notation, right?
Look at that.
Yes.
So let's put that there. I'm gonna help Riley for just a minute, and I'll come back and help you in just a minute, okay?
Look at that. There's a scientific handout. It might even have a whole bunch of answers and ideas for you.
I don't know where
So
anything's
10
changed.
trillion is to the 12.
Scientific, oh, okay.
There you go.
Your next
And you have the
policy.
real number. I'd copy that if it'll let you. And it may not let you.
Do you know what the standard number is?
Yeah.
And then go back over and paste it in the wrong place. And then you can cut and paste the part you want and put it in the right place, and then part you want and put it in the right place. Whenever you get information and it goes in 2 places, put it in the wrong place.
Real life example, right?
Control V.
Look at that. That was from when I was in college.
Now you have both of them.
Do you know that if you?
You have 10 to the 12, and you have the big number. So you just go copy and paste that
That
part.
jersey was
wherever you want
loose.
it. Or detect it.
Real life
Just 10
example.
to the
So
12.
then this would be right here, the
Now
this
he's
one
not
goes
here
to,
breathing.
Yep, that goes on line 29.
no, because it's 10, wait, 27, because it was 10. Oh,
Alright,
no,
so
no,
do you know
no,
what
no.
scientific
It's 12.
notation is?
So that goes on the line with the 12, which is line 29.
Okay, so we
Okay, so
have
scientific notation.
how many ones are in the world?
Yep.
You can't always express as really big numbers.
Hey, if you people are looking stuff up, you're including citing your sources, right?
No.
That'll take forever.
I don't want an APA citation.
No.
You're
No,
not
I'll
even,
talk to
you
him
don't
at
even
noon.
want
You
them
don't
copying the
have
link?
I was gonna say
They're
because
picking up factoids.
Okay.
Yes.
So then mission credit. So then for that one, I put 10 to the
Yeah,
12
right, so you do that
equals
times
1 trillion.
Okay.
Or do I,
Yep,
So,
yep. And then you can copy the number with all the dang zeros, so you can't
or do
type
I,
it wrong.
or do I put 10 that and so can I put it like this one?
Oh, this is the standard notation. That's the number with all the dang zeros.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna put it like the same column.
And scientific notation would be right beside the 12. Because 12 is just showing me what the exponent is. And then I want, and it's 1 times 10 to the 12th power. That's what I want in 29B.
So 1 trillion.
1 times 10 to the 29, to the 12th power.
did I do this right?
I'll just
Like
type it
that?
out and then I'll ask you when I'm done.
Sure. Alright. I'm gonna scribble. Here, here. That's 3. That's 3. That's 2. You moved it 8 times?
See, negative 10.
Oh, okay. So then I need to go here, that's a 3. I need to go there, that's a 3. I need to go there, that's a 3. That's 5 creations 15. Yep.
How do I make
Are there any more markers?
So that's what I have to write for my answer right in scientific notation? What?
Wait a minute. When you write a number in scientific notation, don't they all look the same?
No.
You should copy off Jamin right now.
Jamin.
You should totally check out his paper.
do you want to go teach her how to do this?
What are you talking about here? I did that.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Where do I see a number like that? What is the same about all the numbers that Jamin had to write?
Jamin, what's the answer to mine? What's the answer to mine?
Just a minute.
I might
Okay.
And then the rest. And then what do you do on this one?
What?
What do we do?
Okay, thank you.
4, then dot, and then the rest. And then 1 dot, and then the rest. Do I see a number that has
But she has to go
a
negative
set?
15.
I know. But on this one, we should have a
Dot.
No, that's not what I wanted.
6 dot.
6 dot, and then put the zeros on the other way.
Oh, Riley,
6 dot.
hang on a minute, I'm leaving
And
you
then
this
the
story.
rest.
And then
Come here, Riley.
zeros. Do I put zeros?
Nope, you don't need 0. Not at the end. And then what?
I think I did that right.
Don't actually know.
Times 10. And then we need to figure out how far we move.
No!
So where was the decimal to start with?
At the end.
To start with, it was right here. How far did we move it? 3.
No! I don't want that.
It's out.
Willikers.
So it's going to be 3 plus 3.
We moved it 7 times, right?
If we were to write it out.
Times 10. Did we, so it's gonna be times 10 to the 7. Did we move it and make our number bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
Yeah, they charge you 2
Yeah, but she's moving.
Let's go back to first grade. Where's the big numbers?
Does that make sense? I screwed her up first.
That's okay.
Boom!
So we made our, this 6.9 is smaller than that number?
I'm a genius.
So we have to put a negative sign.
Why do you
What I
change
was
it?
having you do was do this out,
Yep, she was just doing it out. She started from here and went to there.
which was
That's
the
why
other
you ended
column
up-
that Heather had them do.
How do you
But I need
get it
negative
from
15.
like mission credit? Do you know how to get it?
That number ain't gonna get it. Because you didn't do it right. So, what did you start with? 6.9?
69 million.
Okay.
Hang on just a minute. No, you're good.
69.
Thank you, Jamin.
What's that?
I'll be right there, okay? In just a second. Jamin, let me help real quick, please.
This is the worksheet, right? Okay. And what goes on the blank?
Where's your decimal? Now.
When you're done, this is gonna,
And I wanna take that.
when you're done, this is gonna be a 6.9, and we don't know what the heck that decimal is. That's the no-brainer part, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's one number, it's a decimal, and then it's whatever you got left.
I'm making them fit their example to whatever
Right.
power they want it to be.
Right. With this one, we wanna figure out, this is where the decimal is in our
How many times do you
given
move the decimal to the
number.
left to get it there?
We moved it to
Seven.
here. We moved it 3, 6, 7 times. So I know this number's gonna be a 7,
Type out the number.
I moved it left to right.
and we moved it left, so it's a negative 7.
Here's the problem.
Because 6.9 has to be made smaller by moving the decimal 7 times to get back to here.
Here's the problem.
Wait a second. Did you listen to what I just said?
Yeah.
6.9, if we start with 6.9, and we make it smaller by moving the decimal 7 times, do we get 69 million? No, we
No, we
don't.
don't.
This has to be a positive 7. Because we have to move our decimal 7 times and make it bigger to get to 69 million. That's how you know if that's a positive or negative. You have to stop and double check it when you're done.
Here's the, and listen or don't listen, but here's the problem you're gonna have. That means that they each need to find something that is large enough to be 15 specifically. That's tough.
Might be.
So that means half of them are probably doing this wrong.
I don't know. It's time for us to stop and do a check though.
Because here's the deal,
Oh, yeah.
to find a
How do you
number
Pass it
that can be moved to minus 15 specifically is almost impossible to do. You were doing it right, we were spelling it out, we
You know, this
weren't.
is almost
What do you
impossible.
So that's
This
my
is
answer. This is my answer. What would
Stop,
it
stop. You need to open up your brain a little bit instead of trying to get the answer. I know that, but that's where your frustration is coming in, you're trying to be right, right? Don't be right, just learn.
How do you like? Okay, so like you know how like you click out of like the standard form,
Yes.
it like changes it to like 1E or whatever. How do you stop it from doing that? You know,
What do you see?
this is kind of
Oh,
pissing me off.
number.
Are they getting bigger?
Like-
Right
like
click-
this number?
Is
right-
there more?
Ready?
Are
Right
they
click on the
dying?
cell, go to
Is there water
format
on the
cell,
inside?
and make
Is
sure
there
it's
water in
number.
your dirt? All kinds of questions. I'm trying, honey.
6.9.
Have one of the kids go up and show what they did.
You make the numbers.
I don't see any number here.
Hang on, just a minute.
10 to the 7.
Get out of it.
37
Okay.
million chicken nuggets.
Right click on the cell that it's in.
How much?
Format cells. Why are you getting font? Cancel this.
Should I
Click
delete it?
somewhere else.
Can you see your?
Now, you'll see there's no number there, that's why. Right click on that and format cells.
Oh, man.
And go to number. There you go.
then
Then
you
go
go
to
to-
number. There you go.
No. No.
That's right now.
It is.
The one down to the million.
Oh, look at this.
I think he's going to modify this probably a little bit.
Turn over.
Look at that. My second search.
It froze.
Riley, go hit on, maybe he's not connected anymore.
I'm not.
Okay, never
What?
mind.
No, I'm just saying how it changes the like auto like.
Guess what you get if you type in scientific notation
It's just too
EXAMT?
small for the number that's there.
Oh, I did that, and I got some examples
Make
right
this,
here.
make the column.
How about that? You
I
did
used
half
some
of
of
your
these.
assignment for you, didn't it?
Well, some of them are
How do you-
repeats, so I couldn't do
Some
it.
of them are repeats?
Make the
Yeah.
column wider.
But it did a whole bunch of your assignment for you, right?
And move that box over, move the bar over.
What'd you type in?
I
The
tried
final
it.
map?
I started typing in scientific
I'll show you
notation
the tool you
example.
have to get.
Map.
That tool right there. Click and you move it.
What'd you
There you
type
go.
in?
And that's a number you can use?
What'd you type in here?
Yeah.
Scientific notation example, Erica.
I can't.
You have to move the eye away
Then which one is
that
that? I'm not
direction.
getting any of that.
There you go.
We need to do a quick check and
Good,
make
keep
sure
going,
that
you've
you
got a big
know
number there.
what the heck you're talking about
Aha.
before we
No,
go
I
any
got
farther.
Oh my god.
I need you to listen for just a minute, Jamin, and then I'll get back to it, okay? Right now, but I need you to listen right now.
If I'm gonna write this number in scientific notation, and let's go back to when you learned this. The worksheets had multiple blanks, right?
Yeah.
So what goes in the first blank?
4.6.
Jamin, just a minute, please. You can turn that off if you want to.
And you can either write it out or round it off, depending
Jamie,
on what your
turn it
teacher
off.
wants, and I really
It's
don't
fine, you
care.
can turn your computer
Okay.
off. Yeah.
What goes in the other blank?
The.
How many places?
I'm getting a bit
How many
salty.
times you moved it?
Five.
Okay? I put the decimal point
You
right
need to
there.
listen.
I put it
Can't
right
talk to
there.
Mason. I know, but
And
don't
I
respond
moved
back
it.
to him, just ignore him.
3, 4, 5 times to get there. Right?
Yeah.
So this blank needs a 5. And then you did like 5 worksheets.
Yeah.
And then the 6th worksheet had negatives. Right?
No.
How do we know if that's a positive 5 or a negative 5?
It's a -5 because you went left.
But I already talked to you.
That's not fair.
When I take this number, this 4.67, do I need to make 4.67 bigger by moving it 5 times or smaller by moving it 5 times to get back to the standard form?
Bigger. Smaller, no.
4.67
I would make it bigger.
needs to be made bigger by moving it 5 times to get back to here. You have to start with the scientific. You cannot start that question with the standard form. It has to be the scientific notation, has to be made bigger by moving it 5 times.
If you go to the left, it's going to be a positive X bar. If you go to the right, it's negative. So just that.
Alright, so here's where the problem is existing though. Who has an example for 10 to the negative 15?
Not me.
Who has an example for 10 to the negative 9?
I haven't done any negative.
I do.
I haven't done any of the negatives.
Okay, so show me a 10 to the 5th. Give us your number for 10 to the 5th.
6.
Haley,
The fifth?
did you have an example?
Yeah, but it's not to the fifth.
I had one.
I have one to the -9.
Okay.
I swear I asked that, did I
I
not?
said and nobody.
Do you, I think it's in your head you say these
No,
things.
I heard him say
Well,
it.
say it louder, kiddo. Alright, do the 10 to the negative 9.
Here?
Yes. No. For his example, he has a 10 to the negative 9.
What is it?
The probability of winning the Powerball.
Okay, so what is that?
Probability.
Your odds of winning the Powerball are
3.4 to the -9.
Don't give us the scientific notation, give us the standard number.
How many zeros? 0.0000000342466.
Okay, so here's where I think some of these problems are existing and where I was leading Paige astray. You have to start with that number in order to get 10 to the negative 9.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do. So you have to find an example that is already a decimal that has at least 15 numbers after it.
15.
Do you all understand that?
Yeah.
Do a made-up number for 15, negative 15. Where do you have to start with a standard number here?
You would have to have 15.
zeros in.
Right.
You would have to move the decimal place.
So you have to
15
find an example that already has,
15 in it.
can you please put that out in its standard? So when you
I
find
already
an
went too far,
example
right?
of something,
Yeah.
you're gonna,
There yet?
oh, I know that.
I went too far yet? Here's
That's
3,
15.
6, 9, 12, 15.
So you need to erase one.
So that is where my
6.
6 needs to go, and then my 2, 5 goes there.
So you need to find an example that is that small already in order to put it into the scientific notation of 6.25 times 10 to the negative 15.
And you were given one in the video.
Are you all catching what I'm throwing here?
Yeah.
You can't start with a positive number for the negatives.
You have to,
No,
it has to
no.
have. It has to have a
And
negative.
it doesn't matter if you do your search and you find this, or you find that, you build the other one. Create it from what you're given. But you should be looking for the size of objects. How many cans are produced in a paint can factory? How many blades of grass are on a football field? And when you come up with something that's times 10 to the minus 9, or something that's times 10 to the positive 9, you stick it in that slot.
I was leading Paige astray because she found 69 million? She found 69 million meals are served worldwide at McDonald's
A day.
a day. And I was making her turn that into times 10 to the 15 rather than having. And that's not what they want. They want you to start with something infinitesimal, not make something infinitesimal.
So, what she did was she found a real life example of 69 million meals, and then you have to convert that.
Just a minute, David.
7 times 10 to the 7th. And then this is the scientific, nope, that's not where it is.
Are you understanding?
Scientific notation. The exponent value is times 10 to the 7th, and then 7. So those are the 4 things that are up there, right?
What's the 7?
That's the exponent.
Oh, okay.
That's the exponent value. 7 is the exponent value. That's in scientific notation. This is a real life example. And then 69 million is the standard notation.
Is everybody on the same track?
Yep.
And
Who
you
said
don't actually
kinda?
have to write down times 10 to the 7th, but Heather had that. in
Figured
there.
out what does she mean by that?
What do you mean by
I got it.
that?
Now, what Haley did, some of you also did.
Well,
You went and found examples in scientific notation and they filled in a bunch of your chart for you. And then you went and found another one and they filled in more of your chart for you. And you only have a few holes left to fill.
No, I just.
I didn't use all of
them.
them though, because some of them are kind of confusing, so,
Okay, and some of them were repetitive, you said.
yeah.
Did you go find another site that had different examples?
Populations work good for filling stuff.
Because,
Populations of different countries and different continents
States.
and the whole planet
And
and states and counties and schools.
I think the problem's going to be in the infinitesimal stuff.
The problem might be in the microscopic stuff. But once you start thinking about microscopic stuff, what was in the video?
Mr. Glenson, like
So-
four, Mr. Glenson.
They
like
started
four.
zooming in on his
hand.
hand, and down here on his hand you saw
Skin.
hairs, and somebody over here used hairs. And then you saw skin, and skin has holes in it called pores. And if you question how many pores are in the human body, that might be more than how many hairs. Is there pores in between the hairs?
Yeah.
Probably. And then, well, skin
I can't
cells.
quite see that.
And if we had cells, and then we had, what was smaller than cells? What do you have multiple of in each cell?
Electrons.
Well, there's protons, neutrons, and electrons. In the video, we saw a nucleus that had, they called it a porous nucleus, but porous just means it has many pores. So, how many nuclear pores are there in a human or a dog? And once you get smaller, you can go to protons, neutrons, and electrons. And then, what things are microscopic? And then pull out the size of them.
Mr. Shire.
I just found 1 billion.
I know, I found world population.
Yeah.
It's really easy.
7.
I thought 1 billion.
7.402644.
That's not what I got.
When did you get that? Wait. Is there a counter
Yes.
somewhere on the internet that's actually rolling and the numbers are changing right now?
I said, and then I put next to my changing constant.
I forgot that it was 2.
Mr.
There's a world population counter out there somewhere.
Yeah, I'm using, I sent Riley it, I don't have everyone's emails.
Wait, you said Riley.
Sure.
I sent it to Riley.
Why?
I don't know, that's the
Absolutely.
first email that popped
That's
up.
not a problem at all.
favorite one.
What are you confused by?
10 to the 0 makes every number
Need to
turn
put
into
the,
One.
temperature.
Yeah.
So,
Mason, where did you put the?
You're closer to a
Right there.
So you got it out to play with it, play back?
Yep.
You're such a child.
Hey, Mercury's cool, okay?
What's that example for?
Check the lid,
What
put
does
the
it
power
tell
plug
me?
for
Huh?
like 30 seconds,
An hour.
put the power
36
plug back in,
seconds.
and then don't open it for
Okay,
another 30
so
seconds.
here's,
So it's got 30 seconds to
Oh,
actually
yeah.
I'm gonna ask you,
charge.
can you do
It
that on
needs to
your own,
figure
or are
out
you
it's
just gonna
not
take the
plugged in
answer
anymore.
from it?
No, I
And then it needs to
Are you
figure out
sure?
it's plugged in, and then you just
Do
like
it.
work.
Do what? I just did it.
I can see this one is
Okay.
round, that was just.
Sure.
What?
Trillion.
Or you could go find the actual number
Or,
on
but
the
that's more work and this
population
is
number.
something. You
It
never-
doesn't have to be super hard.
What the heck? My computer is
You
not
never
working.
said it.
Oh, wait, somehow
No.
does that kid.
We want it to be accurate, but
My.
the level of accuracy is dependent. Dude, you're doing
Brooklyn, we stopped you from using the internet.
our Wi-Fi's not working.
Yeah, my.
Mine is.
It's Mr. Schneider's fault.
Yay, we can't do it anymore, thank God.
Shuts all the way off.
Wait,
I
a
didn't do
million
it.
has 6 zeros, right?
How long since you saved your spreadsheet?
What?
Just
My
the-
computer won't turn on.
Wait.
Is your spreadsheet set to save every 1 minute
No.
or every 10 minutes?
Wait,
You should probably go fix that.
a million or like
What would it
a
put
million
on your
6
desktop?
zeros, right?
How do you do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have
Folders.
78
That's okay.
million. I
Right
have to
now,
move
though,
it.
if you don't have
to the
access to
file
the
options.
web,
Thanks, Haley.
you need to save it on your desktop.
I just put 78.
How do you
Okay.
say? How do you do that?
Yeah, we're going for your house.
File.
That way,
Can you
I mean,
put
it's
6
saved.
zeros on the end of 78 and have 78 million?
Yeah.
It
Wait,
does-
wait,
Are you done with that number?
No, because I need to move it to the right 2 places.
That's right.
Then, now you think you're done with that
then you're
number?
okay.
Go up here and hit the comma thing. Yep.
My internet works.
Okay,
Is
show
that
me
78
another
million?
example.
No, that's no, that's 780,000.
780
That
million?
is, no, you're finding
No,
examples.
780 million. So you gotta go kill one of the zeros.
Find something that has a number,
So
whether it's
double
really,
click in
really
there.
big or a really, really small number.
And then backspace and then in.
There we go.
Got 78 million.
Yeah.
And then you go up here and you can tell it, I don't need those extra zeros on the end. Ta-da. 78
But I
million.
need but I need to move it to my desktop to the right 2 places. Because
You don't get him crap, but you can
7.8 times 10 to the second. Okay, so that's how many zeros?
no, it'd be 8.
Is it 78 times 10 to the second or is it 7.8 times 10 to
Oh,
the second?
it'd be 700.
Actually, you really
Okay.
do.
And then if you move it 2 times, how many zeros do you have to put in there?
4. No, it'd be 8.
No, you didn't. That's a lot.
Yeah, you literally.
7 point, don't put it
Sure,
in.
number
Please don't give me any reliable
How many times did you move it? You moved it once, right here, at
Yeah.
78, right?
Yeah.
Dang thing. Stupid shit. So that means you have to put in one more zero to move it twice, and then you're done. 780.
200.
No, that ain't
That's a
right.
good number.
There's not $780
Now what
in
do
the
you
US.
do? Do that.
Go check your number.
Okay.
Oh,
Otherwise, am I supposed to make when I shoot your place?
It's not over there on your
Good.
Google
And
search.
what, how are you gonna write it?
well, my Google isn't working.
So it's gonna be 2.
I'm thinking the internet went poof and it's gonna come back up in a minute.
Very good.
Is the internet back?
No, mine's being all funky now.
My computer still wants to start.
Some people said yeah.
Hey, it gives.
Mine never stopped.
All right, Paige
it's
has
after
it.
12, so better
Riley?
put that down there.
Mine's never.
Do you
mine
get
never
it?
stopped.
I didn't screw you up too bad?
No, I think I got it.
Okay, good, good,
Gives
good.
negatives.
Daniel has a website that's giving him negatives.
Daniel,
So is
share.
mine.
I do.
Why
share.
should I share with you guys?
I'm
Why
doing the
does that
same one
sound-
as Daniel. And
They
examples.
don't
Daniel.
deserve
They're
Are you
not
all-
your friends also.
Are you all aware that pigs will eat human body?
I'm
Yes,
over
they
it.
do. Hey, Erica.
I don't care.
I'm not even mad about it.
That means that pigs
So we
will
get
eat
to
them.
eat Daniel to his favorite animals?
yourdictionary.com.
No, my pigs won't eat me. They're scared of me.
Sophomores, in the last 7 minutes of class with no internet, chill,
I'm not even mad.
chill. If pigs will eat you, you are made of
Carbon.
meat.
Well,
That
Really?
means pigs eat plants and meats. That means pigs are not, what's that word for things that only eat
Herbivores.
plants? Herbivores? That means they are
Omnivore.
omnivores because they eat both plants and meat. Things
All you
that
should
only
be-
meat
Page.
are
What?
Carnivores.
I included it in the email and sent it to Erica and it has negative
This
numbers.
is true,
Okay.
except for the bones.
And they just found that they never
That's
together.
a lot.
Daniel, I'm not even remotely scared of you.
The question,
You don't have to scare me.
the question I asked
That's
yesterday
good,
of the
let me-
freshman and Burke and of the Mrs. Kellert was, if you have a number that is constantly changing like the world population, how do you put that into the scientific notation?
No, you don't have the
You
small
just
one.
put around and around.
No,
That's what you said.
no, he's wrong on that.
He told me.
No, that's not what Mrs. Kellert said to do yesterday.
What did Mrs. Kellert say to do?
Hang on a minute so that he hears this.
I'm listening.
Numbers that are constantly changing, you're not supposed to put around in front of it.
Oh, no, heavens no.
That's what Daniel just said you told him.
No. He said, I thought you said you could round the numbers.
Shoot.
You can
That's
round the
what
numbers.
you should do. You have to, like she said, if you have 7.5 billion, 272,232,000, et cetera, people, and it's changing daily by minute, she said that 7.4 won't change as often as the bottom part.
Capital B or little b? When you mean billion? It's a lowercase b, right? And they usually make it
You are
a
at 20,
subscript? Or do they make it a
24
full-size lowercase b?
It's usually full size
24.
Okay.
I believe.
degrees Celsius, so it's 2, 4,
Do we have to
C.
turn this in by today?
Yeah, just please say.
This is what I want. This is what you need to know. This is the thing
2, 4, C.
that we need to get pointed out. What does that symbol
So
mean?
it's staying the same.
Approximately.
Approximately equal
Okay,
to.
so plants are about an
Because
inch
this
tall.
one means equal to.
Right there.
So
About an inch tall.
you can say that the population of Earth is approximately equal to 7.4 billion. Do it on the other side now. Erica was laughing at you. Put it on the other side.
Alright, I think you're good.
It's not
I
exactly
think you need to put this back, because you need to start getting
When, Mrs. Schneider, when is this
this
due?
away though.
This one is
Put this away, because you need to start getting rid of
So you
For
get
real?
over here.
I do it too. I do it faster.
Approximate number of people that have land.
Oh.
Hunter's used to it, so.
Ah,
This will be easy to complete before our next class.
no. Yeah.
No, the
Now that we know where it's on.
statistic would be
Okay.
interesting.
So
Well, look at this, but give me
I should go change the due date.
Yes, please.
Yep.
I've got
To tomorrow?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I can't even work on my computer for the last hour.
Did it start working?
I only have 27.
It doesn't even watch all
Monday happens to be, what date?
Monday?
It's the first.
I'll give you a really big hint in here though. If it's Monday, 1, if it's late, it's gonna be a 0. And 2, if we see a whole bunch of them where the people have the same information,
Zero.
yeah, I'm gonna give you a 0 there too. We have 16 different minds in here. You all should have 16 different interests.
But what if we get the same
No,
website?
stop.
Well, yeah, there's something to that, but
Start with
going and copying all the answers from stuff that somebody else already looked into is pretty weak.
Because I literally have one single website for.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
know.
on the same website as
But
both
you
of
have a whole bunch of things about hogs and somebody else can have a whole bunch of things about.
How many people are killed by wild dogs
Manufacturing.
every year up to
Young
jet?
people, you are not cattle in a rainstorm.
We're
Have a
moving-
seat.
Can we not move the table?
Yes, you can.
That's all we're trying to do.
No, you aren't.
Yeah,
I don't believe it.
Actually, that's how most cattle
Yeah,
die.
you gotta move that.
Hunter, you should know
Mrs.
better.
Schneider.
And
In
you
a
should know
rainstorm?
that we
No.
know
Get
better.
by lightning.
No, they huddle up together and then they suffocate.
Yeah, that's how you know it's raining.
So that way, that's why when they had that snowstorm out there last
Yeah,
year,
because they
like,
they suffocated because they're all huddled together.
No, they actually drowned for breathing in the snow.
Good kids don't roll
But
over
but it's, that's still suffocating,
I
Daniel.
didn't do it.
Just saying.
Daniel, that's still suffocating.
I'm gonna look up how many people are
It's
killed by
lack of
wild dogs.
oxygen, so yeah.
Technically, it's, when you drown, you're technically
Everybody.
suffocating.
That
Yeah,
corner,
that
go.
number's gonna be added.
Fuck.
How many people have been eaten by hogs this year?
How much you want to bet that I'm not going to do this?
Or after Daniel feeds all his classmates to the pigs.
Amen to that.
Pretty drilling.
I wasn't bringing hot dogs. We didn't have any.
There's been more than one movie about that, by the way.
Good thing Charles is.
Young people,
No, it's chicken nuggets, so it's not that bad.
where you sat when you came in.
Well, he tried to take my spot. Then they don't feel hot.
Lies. I think it's funny. I do.
But there's all kinds of movies about assassins that bring the body back and feed it to the hogs. You don't hear about that. But I will.
That's why
people to their farm and then take home the movie.
That's why when you don't. That's why when you don't do chores properly, and you can come into your home after like a day, there you won't know that there's.
When the bell rings, yeah. When the bell rings. You just follow Paige out when the bell rings.
2 years ago, when we had to pump our pit.
She likes, where do you guys play tomorrow night? You play Swivl. Against.
Yeah, and my dad checks the room every day.
Find out whether or not there's bodies.
I'm not sure
They
if I
drive
have
like
it.
2 hours.
We just did that twice in a year.